Also remember to document what you're doing as well. That's why I got it written down. Document it at the top. Let me go right here and document your code. Just so you know what you're doing. Because somebody might knock at your door and you forget what you write now. Okay, I'm out. I'm going on mute because I'm finna write. Special. Yo. We don't have a snack on the TV. Oh. You already ate. Get out. It did not came over. Yeah, the cheese came over. Go. With this dinner then comes. Love y'all. Love you. Excuse me.
Uh-oh. Y'all doing all right? No rush. Just checking in. I'll say your hand, Nicole. I'm weeding back out. Oh, yeah. Y'all can't see my screen. Was my screen not sharing? Thought it was. But anyway, my bad.
Candace, where's your what you look? Share your screen.
Candace said something.
Okay.
Oh, Candace, I forgot you was a data analyst last time, Candace. Yeah. Let me see. I'm gonna pull you. I'm gonna stop sharing, and I am going. Okay, there we go. Oh, I'm on mute. I'm on mute. I've been talking the whole time.
We were talking.
Yeah, I cracked like 3 jokes, and didn't nobody hear it.
Not not a syllable.
Oh God,
Not a syllable.
Candace, this is beautiful. And I didn't even tell you to create the view yet. But I mean, I didn't know you were gonna do it, but you did it, and it's beautiful.
Well, I didn't do it at first. I just got the. I added it last.
That was the right thing to do. That was the right thing to do. Go through your code, create your logic. Okay, I'm getting this. I'm getting your code is always so like clean. Like it's always so I like that. Then you got your documentation at the top. So do you want to walk through your code or you want me to do it?
You.
Okay. So her code is very clean, it's very neat, as always. Now you see how on line 1 through 2, 1 and 2, she has her documentation. I can look at this view, or I can look at this code, and I can know exactly what I'm trying to do. So on line 3, she said create view. She called her view cancel 24 because that's what the logic is. We are going through the logic, and the use case was to give me the doctor first name, last name, all the doctor information, all the appointment dates of all appointments that were canceled in the year of 2024. So she got all of her columns. Then she turned around from her doctor's table. She gave her doctor's table an alias of a D. Perfect. That's what I did too. She said left join her appointments table. Perfect. She gave her appointments table the alias of an A. I did too. We twins today. That left join is going to pull all of her data from her left table. That's the goal. She joined it on the doctor ID because that is the data relationship. Then on line 15, she gets into her condition. She said where A dot status. She said the status column from the A table, the appointments table, equals canceled. Give me the canceled appointments. Then on line 16 and 17, she came down and said, and A dot appointment date is greater than or equal to 1/1/2024, and appointment date is less than or equal to 2024/12/31. Beautiful. She executed her code, and you notice that she didn't get any data returned. She didn't get any data returned because she created a view. And when you're creating a view, you're not going to get any data returned. I'm going to show you where the views are. Candace, great work. Great work. I'm going to show you how my code looks. My code looks slightly different from Candace's, which goes back into okay, which goes back into. Oh, I was just doing some stuff with this. Don't look at that. Which goes back to application over memorization. Because Candace code looks mostly the same as mine, but it's a little different. However, we're doing the same type of work. So here I did and appointment date between. I used the between logical operator. I used between 1/1/2024 and 12/31/2024. Another way you can do it is a string function is like, where appointment date like 2024. So it's multiple ways to get to the same goal, which is why application is always gonna be your friend. So that was good work. Do anybody have any questions about the logic? Okay. Okay. So now I'm about to create my view. So let me go and look at my syntax. Where is it, y'all? Oh, here it is. What are SQL views? Create view. And I'm going to name my view canceled. I'm going to start at VW underscore canceled appointments as. So create view. This is my view name as, and this is my logic. Now I'm gonna execute. I got the same thing that Candace got. Commands updated successfully. Now, where are the, oh God, I'm showing y'all. Where are the views saved? You see these tables right here? Your views are right underneath your table. Once you execute your syntax and you get the commands completed successfully, now go and look at your actual views. You might have to right click and refresh it. And here it is right here. When you refresh your view, refresh it from the view level. So refresh it from right here. Right click, refresh, and it should pop up whatever your view is that you name. Let me know when y'all can see that, and then I'm gonna take it a step further. Y'all know it's always something else. So you got your views here. Right click that view and select your top 1,000 rows. And you see when you right click this view and select your top 1,000 rows, you actually have visibility into the data. So we created a view. So the logic of that view is stored here, not the actual columns. So if I go here and click script view as, and then click alter to, and then new query window. This is where you are able to see the actual logic of your view. And you can go in here, you can change the logic to whatever you need your logic to be. Now, earlier I was explaining the importance of a view, and I was saying that primarily you use a view in the event that one way, like there was multiple ways. One way is security. I only want to give like a report. I only want to connect a report and only give certain data access in that way. Another way was, let's say I need this logic in a more complex situation, more complex code. So within this view, this alter view visibility gives me the opportunity to actually see your logic. Remember that view stores logic. It does not store data. So I can come here and I selected my top 1,000 rows from that view. But let's say I want to come and I want to join, or I want to. So with mine, I didn't have the doctor ID, so I actually didn't bring the unique identifier over. But let's say that I need to create a, let's say I want to create a analysis to where I compare this logic that's already created and join this logic to another table. As a matter of fact, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just add the doctor ID in there. I'm gonna alter the view and add the doctor ID. Okay, perfect. Mm. Oh, let me refresh it.
On the first name.
Yeah, I gotta refresh it probably. Setting a belly call. Hmm. What did you say the problem was, Dr. ID? Okay, you got Dr. ID. You got Dr. ID in yours, Candace.
Yeah, but you don't have a comma. So you have Dr. ID and then you go to first name without it. In the other one, go to the other one.
Oh, you right. So it's pulling in Dr. ID and first name is like one column. Perfect. Okay, see? Okay. Thank you. All right. So see, I do stuff like that too, and it's okay. Thank you, Candace. All right. So I got my view here, and I also have my view here. I have my view here. So let's say I want to go and join my view to a table. So let's say I want to join my view. What else was related to doctor? Prescriptions. So here I have my prescriptions table. And let's say left join. Mm, why am I getting error? Equals P dot. Oh, okay. B was column Dr. ID. Perfect. So let's say I want to go and I want to join my view now on the existing table. I can do that. So that view already compares, it already holds the logic that I need. It only holds canceled appointments and all the other stuff. It only holds the logic that I put in there. So when I go and I want to retrieve that specific subset of data for a new analysis, I'm able to go and retrieve data from that view as opposed to having to go and rewrite that full logic over again. That's one of the benefits of a view as well. Any questions?
I'm struggling with the would you primarily use a view for reporting?
You could, but I've used them in like regular data work as well. And the reason I have is attributed to the fact, like, let's say we get like something that's repetitive. You can store your code like in a stored procedure, or you can just create a view and go and pull from that view. And like I said, like take this view and use it. Like I already have this subset of data set aside. So anytime I need to go and do an analysis on their subset of data, I always have that logic together.
Okay.
Like think about it like
I'm getting it now.
yeah,
So it's kind of like object-oriented programming, or like for me, when we build test cases and we're automating, instead of always writing a script for login,
Yep.
I create a script for login and then just call that login script.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. And anytime, let's say you have like this use case here. I need to write a script, but that script is dependent upon certain logic. I only want a subset of data to use for that. That view allows you to do that without having to like overcomplicate and have like a bunch of logic in your code. I call this view, and this view stores the actual logic. So when I'm calling that view, it's going to automatically use that logic that I created. Yep.
So how would you know when to create the view? I guess if you get multiple requests for it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It would just be contingent upon like your best judgment, or like if that is something that your organization typically does, or if like sometimes reports use them. Um, just depending upon like the situation, like if it's appropriate. Well, I ain't gonna say appropriate. Appropriate sounds like her, but if it's like ideal for that circumstance. Yes.
Got it.
Make your job easier. Any questions? Okay. So view. Okay. Next was CTEs. So what is a CTE? A CTE is a common table expression. That's what CTE stand for. It's the acronym, common table expression. And the way CTEs are, they are essentially temporary result sets that are only used within that SQL statement. Think about it something like I use sticky notes. So that's the example. To me, that's how I logically make sense of what a CTE is. A CTE is a sticky note. You have your sticky note placed wherever you need it. When you get done doing whatever you're doing with it, you're done with it. It's just like a temporary, like a sticky note or like a paper clip. Paper clip might be more ideal. It holds that data for what you need it for, and when you're done with it, you can easily. It only works for where you have it at. Is a CTE. Now, there is a lot of commonality between CTEs, subqueries, and views. They they kind of related. So do y'all remember the subquery was subquery? Let me pull it up, Oh, here you go. Subquery was essentially they query inside of a query. I got my query, but I also have a query inside of it. And my subquery is going to depend on the output of this. It's going to use the output of this as a condition. That's that subquery, a nested query, a query inside of a query. A CTE kind of operates the same way, but it's slightly different. Now, with a CTE, you're able to reference that CTE anywhere else within that script. Within a subquery, that's it. You write your query one time and you can't reference that particular logic anymore within that script. So a CTE pretty much allows your code to remain readable, clearly like written, in the event that you need to go back and reference that logic again within that script. Now, the difference between that and a view, if I want to come back next week and pull data from my view, I can. A CTE, I cannot. Now, when you do your CTE, these are really good for performance in your database. Nicole, to go on that question you was asking earlier about the view, which one should I use? This is ideal to use, and it's better for optimization within the database. And if y'all notice that this CTE, the logic stays the same. You are still selecting your columns from your table where whatever your conditions are. The only difference between with a CTE is you start out your logic with your CTE name as. Notice these aliases keep popping right on back up. With CTE name as. Open your paren, put your logic, close your parentheses. And then you have to come within the same use and retrieve data from their CTE. And let's say within that same session, you need to retrieve data from their CTE, but compared to another data set. You can do that easily instead of having to like rewrite that logic over and over and over again. Any questions about CTEs? CTEs are considered advanced concepts. CTEs and what we just do? Views. Those are considered advanced concepts. But notice they really are just like it's already stuff that we already done talked about. You might add like maybe one or two different lines, of code to that existing logic. Any questions? Okay. So let me give you your next use case. Now, why my why my stuff trying to be slow? Okay. All right, Kiss. Let me exit out of here and come back. Does anybody have any questions about CTEs while I pull my stuff up since they want to act weird? And do you understand how like each thing is different, but they're not really that different, but they are? Like they're different, but they're very similar. That's Candace.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Perfect. So for this use case, let's actually go within our let's go within our orders DB. Okay, and I'm gonna write the use case in the chat. Oh, Okay, I'm gonna keep it like that. Okay. So create me a CTE to show the customer first name, last name, email address, phone, join date, essentially all of their customer data, order date, total amount, and status where the total amount is greater than 200. So first things first, data investigation. And let's build on our query first and then go and once your query works, once everything executes, then go and build on your CTE. Mm. And when you do your data investigation, let me know which tables you are using to perform your analysis. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Customers and orders. Yep. What is the data relationship? What did I say greater than 200? Customer ID. Yep. I heard both of y'all, whoever said that. But yes, the customer ID. Oh, let me go back to the join syntax. There you go.